and goings at Chelsea are making daily news at present, but it's a comeback after 18 months out with a cruciate ligament injury that brings Russian goalkeeper Dmitry Karin back into the spotlight. First choice Ed de Hoy is away with Holland in the United States. And Casey Keller's involvement in that same friendly in Miami tonight is the reason that Frenchman Peggy Arfexad continues in goal for Leicester. He made an impressive debut against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge earlier in the season. And furthering the overseas connection, there's a starting debut in midfield for the Greek international Theo Zagorakis. He replaces Gary Parker, who has a rib injury. Spencer Pryor keeps his place in the Premiership's second meanest defence. Ruud Gullit never fielded an unchanged Chelsea team this season, but the new player manager retains the 10 outfield players who earned that intoxicating victory against Arsenal. Mark Hughes' MBE is now through to his 9th Wembley final. He scored in League and Cup here at Filbert Street last season. And as Chelsea's overseas contingent swells with the signing of Brian Laudrup, although on nowhere near the salary that's been reported, Frenchman Frank Leboeuf isn't expecting a great reception today. He put away the controversial penalty that put Leicester out of the FA Cup last season and scored the winner against them in the Premiership 4 months ago. England's World Cup referee, Paul Durkin, starts this match. Where do Gianluca Vialli and Chelsea go from here? It's been a fascinating few days, but this match is also about Leicester City, who've got 37 points. 5 more would almost certainly mean Premiership football next season. Guppy. Forward there by Muzzy Izzet, who's a former Chelsea player, meeting old colleagues today. That's a foul on Emile Heskey by Steve Clarke. First chance for Elliott to go up on the far side for Leicester. Guppy to swing the ball in with his left foot, no doubt. Although Izzet's come over as well, just to be the dummy man. And they are coming in, Heskey behind Elliott there. And it's a corner to Leicester. So Elliott can stay forward. He'll be joined now by Spencer Pryor. Back in again. Oh, and is he offside? Apparently not. And Heskey has scored for Leicester. Well, that's amazing. Chelsea was standing still and looking for a flag. And Dmitry Karin is beaten after only 2 minutes of his comeback. And Emile Heskey has scored for the first time since October the 27th in the Premiership. The ball was played long, and as it was knocked back in here, Chelsea were looking for an offside. Heskey got the ball down and drove it past Karin with just 2 minutes gone. Well, Leicester will say that last season against Chelsea there was a contentious refereeing decision. Chelsea may argue that that one needs looking at again. But it's the end of a very barren spell for Emile Heskey, that's for sure. Good ball by Lennon, that. Heskey wants it played long. Still Guppy. And Heskey's coming in now. Good defending by Leboeuf. Comes out on the far side to Savage. Heskey again. Good effort. Leboeuf doing some stout defending and marking on Emile Heskey. First ball in from Guppy. Leboeuf did brilliantly to hook that out. It comes to Robbie Savage. Second ball in is also good. Heskey's header flicks wide. This is Clarke. Chelsea not finding the thread just yet. And here's Petrescu. Get the feeling you may be watching a team here. And it's Izzet pulling it through to Heskey. Leboeuf, the defender, again shuts Heskey out. You're watching a team here in Leicester who are very fresh after a week's rest, and a team in Chelsea who may still have their minds slightly in Wednesday night. They're looking a little sluggish at times, Chelsea, but Leboeuf is an exception to that. It's a corner to Leicester. Walsh is up for this. Headed on by Pryor. Everybody had come back there for Chelsea. Well, Martin O'Neill's team had a flying start today, and he'll want that sustained. Pryor for Leicester to Lennon. They move the ball quite well there at times. Zagorakis. Oh, goodness me, the flag's up though. That was where, early on in the match, Heskey was catching Chelsea out. This time, the assistant referee, Roy Burton, is firm with the flag. Graham Ricks, the Chelsea coach, whose services are highly valued by the new player manager. There are three in the middle for Chelsea here. Wise! That was one just to test the concentration of our Fixad. And a big cheer at half-time from the Leicester supporters. Emile Heskey's first goal in the Premiership for 4 months put them ahead after just 2 minutes. Chelsea were left appealing for offside, and indeed they were left for the rest of the half trying to find a way back, which eluded them. It's Leicester City 1, Chelsea 0 at half-time. The news of the two players who Leicester had to substitute in the first half, a dead leg for Robbie Savage, for whom Steve Walsh came on, and then Tony Crotty got a calf injury, hence the arrival just before half-time of Graham Fenton. Chelsea now playing from right to left, a goal behind. This is Di Matteo. Now it's Lasso. Now Hughes, looking for Vialli. Fenton. Oh. Dennis Wise was on a yellow card. Well, Leicester will be looking for the sort of start they got to the first half. Chelsea knowing that if they were to win today, they would go second in the Premiership, but having to come here from behind. This is Graham Lasso. Di Matteo. Oh, now Elliott offside. Well, this time the flag goes up and Martin O'Neill comes off the bench to remonstrate with the assistant referee. Heskey, that was mighty close, that call. Just wonder whether he might have been level there. Well, another one for Martin O'Neill to mull over. Forward by Leboeuf, and this is Mark Hughes. Muscular challenge with Steve Walsh. Oh, Walsh shows signs of dissent at the decision. It's a free kick to Chelsea. He felt that he was backing into him. Leicester fans not happy either. They obviously fear Zola. And maybe Leboeuf. Vialli's been over to get some... Dubry rather has gone to get the instructions now. And that is Leboeuf, and they did fear him. Good strike, good save. Leboeuf, a real thorn in Leicester's side in previous meetings. Hits that beautifully, but it's curling in towards our Fixad a little bit. Held it well. This is Clark now. Chelsea having more of the game at the moment. Lasso. Di Matteo trying to slide Petrescu in on the far side, but this is Lennon for Leicester sorting it out to Is it? And now Heskey's to the right and Fenton's trying to stay onside the other way. This is Heskey. Is it makes a run down the centre. Fenton is tearing in from the left. Oh, and the ball eluded him and Karine in the 6-yard box. It went straight between them. Graham Fenton so close from Heskey's cross. A sweeping move by Leicester that might have put the game beyond Chelsea's recall. Heskey here is the provider, but it's Fenton who's making the ground on the far side. Coming in now. A bit more thrust about Leicester, and most of it has come from Heskey. That's his header to Fenton. Heskey again. Oh, that's good play. And they've got a spare man on the far side. If he can be found, it's Fenton's cross. Oh, and it was a chance for Guppy. He was free for quite some time. Good play by Fenton. Chelsea was slow in picking up Guppy on the far post here, but he absolutely flubbed that. It was his left foot as well, which is usually so reliable. Leboeuf spreads it wide towards Torre Andre Flo. It's a bit short for Lasso. Chelsea haven't really clicked into gear yet today. It's getting late in the day for them now. This is Heskey. Leicester are threatening. There goes Fenton. Goalkeeper's right out. It's still Fenton. He needs help in the middle. He's got it now. And is it surely? It was Zagorakis waiting for the pullback. Is it couldn't quite find him. Chelsea were all over the place. The Greek international was nearly in for number 2 as Leicester carry the game now to Chelsea. This is Vialli, and now it's Clark. Over on the far side is Di Matteo, and he's got Petrescu in support. Oh, and the header by Lasso, and Afexa just gets down. Graham Lasso with Chelsea's best effort of the match. He popped up there in an unfamiliar position, centre of the penalty area, the left wing back. But here is the sort of cross, the sort of space that could have caught Leicester out. Afexa responded. Good save. Here comes Leboeuf. Oh, and they've let a runner go there. It was Petrescu that got into the centre-forward position. Just stretching there. Couldn't quite make contact. Leboeuf, with his long passing. Well, these are the matches that Leicester, Martin O'Neill said it many times, really have to win. In a position like this, the 3 points, taking him ever nearer to that target of safety. It sounds silly when you're ninth, but that's the way teams like Leicester think. Let's get to the safety mark first. They have let matches slip, Leicester, in the past this season, late in the day. Martin O'Neill will be very aware of that. If they lose concentration, there's still time for Chelsea. Header out was by Elliott. The clearance was by Lennon. And as Leicester try to push out, it's Dewberry back to Petrescu. Here's Dewberry again. Guppy, away on the left. Now then, there's a chance here, is it? With Heskey to his right. Good tackle by Leboeuf. For me, Chelsea's best player on the day. But wait, here's Guppy again. Heskey's in the middle. Heskey! That seals it. Just look at the celebrations. Guppy the provider. Heskey the scorer. His second goal of the afternoon after a 4-month famine. He'll be so relieved, Emile Heskey, because that's the goal that means Chelsea are beaten. He played the ball on initially. Heskey there, it was a good touch. Guppy knew where he was for the return, and all he had to do was poke out a foot to beat Karine. might won it there. Good battling by Leicester. Fenton had a hand in that. Then it was Heskey. Then it was Guppy. And then Heskey picked out the poacher's position to make it 2-0 with just a minute now left. Well, Chelsea have not had one of their better days, in fairness. And Leicester have kept their shape and have kept their momentum, and it's been a disappointing first league match in charge for Gianluca Vialli. But it's a day that Emile Heskey will not forget. There were those who were wondering, had he lost his scoring touch? And he's answered them as we go into stoppage time. It's a free kick. 2 minutes after the start, just about 2 minutes from the finish. This is Di Matteo. Oh, he spreads that wide towards Vialli. Chelsea coming forward here. Vialli's cross, but certainly Leicester haven't missed Casey Keller today. When he's been required to catch those, our fixed head has looked quite competent. This is Lasson. Hughes. Petrescu with Dewberry going down the right. Oh, given away. This is it. Fenton starts to run far side. Heskey's on this near flank. Leboeuf. Flo. Vialli. Oh, it's going to run on here for Di Matteo. Good challenge. But Vialli's there. Goes down, nothing given. In fact, all that's given is the final whistle. 3 points for Leicester. Disappointment for Gianluca Vialli on his Premiership debut as player-coach. Chelsea well beaten, in fairness, because of this man, Emile Heskey, who topped and tailed that match beautifully. A goal in the first couple of minutes, a goal in the last couple of minutes. His first since the end of October. And 3 points for Leicester, which confirm their status surely as a Premiership club for next season. It's Leicester City 2, Chelsea 0, and Vialli, after all the excitement of the midweek match, has perhaps now got some thinking to do.